The Silent Pines. In a world that constantly demands more, Mia's journey into the wilderness teaches her that true fulfillment comes not from meeting external expectations, but from reconnecting with the quiet, authentic self we often leave behind. Mia Donovan had spent her entire life running to meet deadlines, to build a career, to climb the invisible ladder of success. She had always been the model of ambition, sharp, driven, and constantly striving to prove her worth to the world. But now, standing at the edge of a forest with nothing but a map and a cabin waiting for her, Mia had no idea what she was supposed to be anymore. The city was behind her, along with its endless noise, bright lights, and expectations. The life she had built, her high-powered job in advertising, the sleek apartment with its perfectly curated decor, the social calendar that dictated her every move, was gone, abandoned in a single impulsive decision. She had walked away from it all, driven by a gnawing feeling that there was more to life than what she had been living. But now, as she stood on the threshold of this new life, Mia realized she wasn't just leaving behind the noise. She was also leaving behind the person she had been. And for the first time, she had to face the terrifying question: who was she really? The cabin was small, tucked away in the woods like a forgotten secret. Mia had no illusions about what lay ahead. She had no survival skills, no idea how to grow her own food or chop firewood. The first days were an endless stream of frustration, figuring out how to light a fire, how to work the wood stove, how to keep warm when the chill of the forest seeped into her bones. She had never felt so disconnected from the person she had spent so many years pretending to be. The life she had once mastered now felt foreign to her. The silence of the woods was suffocating at first. Without the constant hum of traffic, the ping of notifications, or the buzz of her high-stakes job demanding attention, Mia felt empty, like a part of her had been hollowed out. It was as though, in the absence of all the noise, she had nothing left to cling to. For the first time in years, she realized how little she knew about who she truly was beneath the weight of all those expectations. The woman she had been, the one whose identity had been defined by her work, her achievements, her carefully curated image, was a stranger to her now. It was Lena, the woman who lived alone down the road, who first broke through Mia's isolation. Lena had lived in the forest for decades, far from the reach of technology, far from the life that Mia had known. She was a woman who had chosen a life of simplicity, of quiet reflection, and of knowing herself deeply. "First time out here, huh?" Lena asked one morning as she spotted Mia trying to tend a fire outside her cabin. Her voice was warm, and her eyes sparkled with something deeper than the surface pleasantries Mia was used to hearing. Mia nodded, feeling a mix of embarrassment and curiosity. "I'm trying to get used to this life." Lena smiled. "Takes time. Nature doesn't rush, and neither should you. You'll find your rhythm." Over the following weeks, Lena returned often, bringing firewood, teaching Mia how to forage, how to grow a few vegetables. But more than the practical lessons, Lena shared something even more important: her wisdom about life, about living for oneself rather than for the expectations of others. "Out here, there's no one to impress," Lena said one evening as they sat by the fire. "No one to tell you what you should do, who you should be. It's just you and the earth. You start to understand yourself in a way that doesn't happen when you're chasing after things or people. You start to remember who you were before the world told you who you should be." Those words stayed with Mia long after Lena left for the night. As the weeks passed, Mia began to shed the layers of who she had been. At first it was small things. She no longer felt the need to check her phone or worry about missed emails. She stopped measuring the value of her day by how much she had accomplished. She allowed herself to sleep in, to take long walks in the woods without any destination in mind, and to simply exist in the rhythm of nature. But the deeper change came when Mia finally allowed herself to explore her old passions, ones that had long been buried under the weight of her professional identity. She started writing again, just for herself, words flowing freely without the need for validation. She painted for the first time in years, her brush moving instinctively without concern for how it would be received. The simple act of creating, of reconnecting with the things that once brought her joy, was a revelation. Mia had spent so many years measuring her worth by external standards, by promotions, by titles, by the things she could show the world. But out here in the quiet of the woods, she realized that she had been missing something fundamental: her own voice. For the first time in her life, Mia was living for herself, not for anyone else. Months passed, and with each day, Mia felt more like the woman she had always been meant to be. She was no longer defined by her job or her social status. She was simply Mia, someone who had rediscovered her ability to live simply, intentionally, and fully. Her cabin was no longer just a place to escape. It was a sanctuary where she could be herself, without the noise of the world telling her who she should be. In the solitude of the forest, Mia had rediscovered her identity, not as the successful woman her job had created, but as a woman who was enough just as she was. She had come to understand that the life she had been living wasn't really hers at all. It was a version of herself built for others, built on expectations and the pursuit of external validation. Now she was learning to live authentically from a place of self-awareness and inner peace. For the first time, Mia felt whole. Not because of anything she had achieved, but because she was no longer running from herself. She was finally the woman she was always meant to be. And for the first time, that was more than enough. The true self-discovery comes not from external achievements or validation, but from embracing solitude, letting go of societal expectations, and reconnecting with one's authentic self.